Yeah, good. We're good. A few stragglers. Okay, we're ready to go. I'm sure you have some questions about some of the guys as far as injury stuff. I'll let you ask that. It's a good opportunity for us to jump back into the division, and seeing the Rams play really good football in the start of this season. They've been explosive on offense and really controlled the ball, and they're leading the league in scoring, which is a tremendous turnaround for their program, but also just a great job by Sean and what they've done with the offense in short order. And defense has changed too with Wade Phillips going in. So we're looking at that to try to understand how it all fits together. But he's been a great coordinator and put together nothing but good defenses forever. And so we know we got problems there. So this also happens to be one of the better special teams groups we played. The Hecker's a great punter. The kicker, they got returners. They got the whole thing, and they have Foster does a great job with the scheme too. So we know we got challenges across the board. It's a very good matchup, and we got to be right and have a heck of a week to get ready for it.
How much of what they're doing offensively is just Goff getting better versus different coaching scheme, all that? I mean, just pretty big jump.
It just looks the schemes don't look so much different, but the production is just there, and their tempo is really good, and it seems to have played into Jared's strengths. Obviously, he had a great offseason. He had one of the great freshman sophomore jumps that you can have, so there's a lot of things clicking, and they've added some really good players too, to the receiving core and up front, and they just look much improved.
What's your background with Sean McVay, and what do you feel about having a 31-year-old coach again?
I was good friends with his dad when we were in San Francisco. So I can't tell you much more. I don't know him. But, I think it's incredibly exciting that a young guy like that can jump in and show that he has command and do a great job right off the bat. And, it's been pretty good for him so far. I mean, there'll be challenges along the way and all, but he shows that he's very well equipped to take over and take command of this thing. Did a great job.
What was your relationship like with his dad?
We were at San Francisco together, and he was really one of the heart and soul guys at the Niners, and through all the administrative part of it and the personnel stuff, and working out of the Coach Walsh and Coach Seifert regimes. He was an awesome guy. So I just know him. Sean would have. He might not have been alive then. I don't know. I don't know. He's probably in third grade or something about that time.
When you were at that age, could you have imagined being an NFL coach? Was that an aspiration to you, or what were your thoughts then?
I wasn't thinking about that at the time. 31 would have been, I wasn't thinking about being a head coach until almost it happened, So that was not something that I was thinking about. I just wasn't tuned into it. I was just rolling along. So for that to happen, but it's happened. We had a couple of young guys that jumped in this year, and the guys are off to great starts. It's fantastic to see. I can't tell you about it. I wasn't thinking about it, so I got nothing for you.
Does this look like a traditional Wade Phillips defense, or is he, throwing
he's
some new
putting
things
his
based
stamp on it. Yeah, they're very aggressive and they're very attack-oriented. The way they pressure and stuff, there's a lot of similarities to what we've seen in the past.
What have you noticed in particular with Goff since the last time you saw him?
He's really sure of himself. The ball's coming out quick. He's utilizing the calls really well in that quick getting the balls out. He's doing a great job checking the ball down. Evidenced, by Todd's catches. He's got 20 catches, leading the team in receptions already. More efficient. They've only been sacked 4 times. So everything's working really well and it's fitting together. He's a quick decision guy. He gets the ball out, and that's playing right into, I'm sure, the way they're talking and their style.
Todd Gurley's versatility in terms of running and catching the ball. That obviously he's a well-rounded back.
Yeah, he's just that. He's a terrific player. He really can do everything. He runs good routes. He makes plays downfield. He can shake and make you miss with in the short routes in the passing game. He's an adept runner. He's tough. He's creative. He's one of those guys who gets off his feet a lot. He's leaping over guys, doing a lot of creative stuff. And he's obviously really durable. He's a stud. He can really hang in there and take all the load. He's playing a lot.
Pete, what have you guys identified that's the slow starts on offense?
That all of a sudden it gets faster and things work better and we get going. That's what I've identified. That we all of a sudden were better than we were early, pretty much. That really gave you a lot to go with right there.
How big of a concern is that to you,
No.
considering the way you?
I'm not concerned about it. No, those are games that have already happened, you know. And the thing that was good last week is you saw Russell come out and it was 8 out of 9 in the first half, and he was hitting the stuff, and you know, it just was. You know, we put up a lot of yards last couple of weeks, you know, and we're moving the ball well. I'd like to see what would happen if we did it for 4 straight quarters of that. I don't know how many yards he'd put up, but so we'll be all right.
Back to the Coliseum, you got the first one out of the way already last year, obviously, but is it still fun to go back there and play?
Yeah, it is. It's fun to go back down there, and you know, try to do a little bit better this time around. I'm glad that Russell can run around this time. You know, that'll be a little different.
How does the Thomas Rawls of today compare to the one that was leading the league in yards per carry 2 years ago?
You know, we haven't seen him, you know, in a while. We really haven't had a chance to see him on a regular basis, and so this is kind of a chance for him to re-enter, and I'm really excited for him. He's in good shape. He's worked out hard. There was no reason why he couldn't play. We played Chris a lot, and you saw us flip it around, you know, with Eddie a couple weeks ago. But now he and Eddie are going to take the load, and you know, we're so fortunate to have Thomas coming out, you know, into the lineup. So, you know, I'm expecting he's all fired up about it. He's, like I said, he's healthy, and he's real anxious. I just can't wait to get him out there.
His body's been through a lot, from the ankle sprains to the broken leg. I mean, logic says that, you know, you might not have that same explosiveness because of all that stuff. Is there?
I don't think that's logic. I think that's a guess. You know, he's well. He's healthy. He's ready to go. I mean, you could surmise that's going to happen. On the practice field, he's flying, and so you know, I don't think that's the case at all. He's healthy. He's had an extra couple weeks to get back from the ankle that was bothering him, but it wasn't a terrible ankle. It was just you know, it was a high ankle that they linger a little bit, and so he's raring to go now. So we're in good shape.
What is the update on Cliff Averill?
Cliff's not going to play this week. We're going to take some time to make sure that we're evaluating him well, like we talked about, and we're going to hold him out.
How about Reese?
Reese got upgraded today. He's going to practice today. He went through the walkthrough and all that, so he's made a quick turn, and it'll be important to see how he handles the you know, we're in pads today and all that, and see how he handles that. But a very favorable turn here, so we'll see what happens.
How about Jeremy Lane?
Jeremy, it's going to be a long week for him. We're going to see all the way to the end of the week if he can make a comeback on this thing, but he won't be able to practice for the next couple days.
The depth you have there, if he can't go, just between Coleman and the way Shaq's played, just how good do you feel about that group?
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, I think we're very fortunate again. Shaq has played terrific coming into his first year here, and Justin is really doing great stuff. Justin, I don't know if you guys know, but Justin played a lot at New England in the same spot and did a lot of good things there. We've seen him play quite a bit against some really good matchups against all different kinds of players, and also we're very confident in his ability to play inside there, and he's done really well. He now knows he's been with us long enough to know all the stuff that we're doing and how we want it done, and really I think he's going to do well.
What will you need to see with Cliff to know he can get back for you?
Oh, yeah, it's doctors and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
Is it a longer-term thing, it looks like?
Could be. Yeah, we're gonna, like I'm saying, we're going very slowly, making sure that he's, you know, he takes the opportunity to talk to as many people he needs to talk to, so he knows what he's got and what we need to do with it, and you know, we're just going to take care of him and make sure that he's well. And if he wants to come back and we want to bring him back, we'll let you know when we know. But right now we don't.
Is he still experiencing symptoms?
I think he's fine. He feels fine from what he said the other day. He's not.
How's Nico Thorpe?
He's going to work. Yeah, he's going this week, and we're really excited to get him back. We'll need to see how he handles the work, but he's going to practice today, and we'll see how it goes.
Coach, you touched on this Monday, but when you look at the first quarter of the season, how would you assess the team's overall performance?
I think we're making progress. I think we've improved, and I think last week was really important for us to get the feeling of playing at home, and we'll need down the stretch here. We can just see the improvement from the guys up front on offense. So I feel like all the good stuff is ahead of us. I feel like we needed some time to get going, and we needed some acclimation time with in the regular season play with the young guys. That's already taken place, and they'll continue to grow. Those guys will really, by game 8 or 7, 8, 9, right in there, they'll really start feeling comfortable, and they should be a big part of what we're doing. And we should really see things clean up for the young guys that are contributing. But then everybody will get better. I'm hoping we'll continue to play really good fundamentally, and we're okay at this time, but we have room for improvement there. We're going to keep pushing in that area for sure and see where that takes us.
What's the biggest difference in your offensive line now versus the one that we saw in the first half?
They're communicating way better. Really, we're just played together. Remember that George was playing all the way up, and then Odie had to catch up, and so he's been doing that. That's just playing with Luke right next to him. Those guys play together, and you can see that there's this communication between the guard and the tackle from the center is really huge, and O'Day has given us a little boost on the right side. So it's just getting smarter and sharper and more efficient, and we're big enough and strong enough and capable. We just need to get really right, and so it just takes some time, and I think maybe we were a little farther ahead than we were. I thought we were a little farther ahead than we were coming out of preseason, and it just took us a couple weeks to back up, and we got to get right, and we're going to get a lot better as we're moving along.
What do you expect from Frank Clark when he fills in for Cliff?
Well, I think he's going to be raring to go. He's really excited about the chance to play more snaps. He's a guy that can play with a huge motor, and he's a well-conditioned guy. He can play a lot of plays. The more he's out there, the more things that happen. I mean, he was all over the field the other night, and it's really great timing for him to get a big workload. And Marcus Smith did a nice job too. And we haven't seen much of Marcus yet. And we played, I think, 27 plays a week before. He'll play more than that this time around. And he's a well-equipped player that can do a lot of stuff. And you saw him on his pass rush and made some big plays. And plays with really good effort too. So both those guys will man the position. So we're fortunately in okay shape there. It's hard to replace Cliff, but those guys will do a good job in their efforts to do that.
Where does Quentin Jefferson fit into that?
He jumps right into the rotation at defensive end, and will help on Mike's side for the most part, and he'll play some 3 technique in passing situations for us. He could easily have been on our team. At the end of the preseason, he made a great surge the last 2 or 3 weeks of the preseason games, but we just couldn't quite hang on to him, and so he comes right back in. It's really a great addition and a smooth transition for him.
Coach, going back to what you were saying earlier, you said that you felt like they were really starting to get going. Would you say that the game against the Colts was a turning point for this offense?
Well, I'm hoping so. Yeah, we'll wait and see. It's a very difficult defense we're going against, but there's no question. There's no question that we're feeling like we're making progress. We've run the ball for a lot of yards the last couple of weeks and put a bunch of yards on the board, put quite a few points and all. I think third downs are moving in the right direction. A lot of things are getting better. So. And I just think we're just getting started. I think this is a long season, and it's a long haul to get to at the end of it, and we have a lot of chance to get better, and it'll tell in the consistency that we're able to demonstrate.
Marcus, how important was Clint Hurst's background with him and bringing him in?
It helps. Oh, sure, it helps. I think Marcus was excited to come here because he knew they knew his coach and stuff like that. I think it's. Yeah, that does help. Clint was instrumental in the evaluation process. So, yeah, it does make a difference. I don't know how much it makes a difference to Marcus. It did to us, and the other way around.
How difficult is it to plan against Aaron Donald? Is he the most difficult?
Yeah, he's really, really problematic. Yeah, there's just nobody like him, quickness-wise. And he's, for a guy who doesn't have big stature, he's got extraordinary strength and explosion and ability to disengage and get off. He makes remarkable plays that other guys can't make, and so you don't know when it's going to happen. So he's really a challenge to play against.
In your coaching experience, who is he most like among D linemen that you coached?
Well, he's a little bit different, but he's effective like John Randall. John Randall was a little bit smaller guy. That played with a lot of stuff. Warren Sapp played the same position. Those are the kinds of guys that he plays like, and causes the same kind of problems those guys caused, and he's probably the fastest of those 3 guys, though. He's a 4.6 guy. Neither one of those guys were quite that fast, but he's a nightmare.
What kind of Weapon is Johnny Hecker and the way
He's a fantastic weapon, and we've known him. We've seen him for years. This guy can do all kinds of stuff. You have to be ready every snap he's on the field because he's a terrific thrower. He's a good athlete. He can run. He's got all kinds of creativity to him. He gives them, all kinds of options. And fortunately, we've seen a lot that they've done, and we've been able to, learn from it and all that. So, but we were really on alert when he's on the field. He's a fantastic weapon for them, and he's a terrific kicker, punter too. So
This might not really be significant, but you guys have had a
you want me
game.
to let you know if we think.
Every year since you've been here, you guys have had a game with the score that has
This is a significant stat where you're
never
going.
occurred before in the NFL.
See, now, John Clayton might not know this bit of trivia right here.
Is there?
John?
Is that something you like?
What is that? What do you bring up?
You've won a game every year by a score that has never before happened in the NFL.
I think that's freaking awesome. Yeah, isn't that cool? How does that ever happen? How can it happen once or twice? It's happened 8 years in a row, I think. Is that correct? I mean, I don't know. Does any other team? I don't know if that's ever happened before. I love that.
Being unique.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, do you have?
Maybe. We could shoot for them. That's right. We could start planning. Well, I'm not worried about this year, but next year we'll obviously get that underway. So we'll figure out how to take care of business there.
Seems like Jaron Reed has really had a nice start to the season, particularly last week against Indianapolis. How has his second year kind of gone so far?
He had we talked about him in camp, and he had a fantastic offseason. Came back stronger and more fit, and it showed up. I mean, it's just everything he's done has been right on point. I don't know that anybody's playing any better than he is technique-wise. He's hard to move. He's got great savvy and instinct for getting off blocks and making tackles and all that. He's doing a really good job. He's a nice player.
How has Ode Abushi been for you guys at right guard?
It's been a good move. He's taken off where he played in preseason for us through the offseason. We thought he could add something, and when John went out and found him, and he's brought an experience to us and an awareness and a toughness that we really like. I think he's helped without question Jermaine, and just communication-wise and being sharper. That's really an important aspect of a guy helping other guys play better, and I think he has done that.
Anything else? Thank you.
See ya.